Now they're playing with power. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 video game characters who made a comeback. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we'll be going over the video game characters who made a return to the spotlight after a long absence or a big dip in their game's quality. Number 10. Megaman. Megaman 11. The Blue Bomber has taken several extended absences from his battles against Dr. Wily and his robot masters over the years, but the most recent is arguably the most notable. With the departure of longtime Mega Man producer and artist Keiji Inafune, fans were concerned that any potential new game featuring Mega Man just wouldn't be able to get the character and the series right. However, Mega Man 11 delivered, bringing them both into the modern era with a new graphical look, different modes and features, but with the same addictive platforming and shooting gameplay that originally made the series a hit. Number 9. Pit. Kid Icarus Uprising.
Your chances of winning are lower than your belly button, which is really low!
You're pretty pumped up, huh?
The angelic protagonist of the Kid Icarus franchise had been out of the spotlight for decades, with nary a game in sight. However, thanks to Kid Icarus Uprising, Pit and the franchise shot like an arrow back into gamers' hearts.
Do I detect a note of smugness in your voice?
No. I'm just really happy I can fly.
Pit's look was updated for the game, and his character was fleshed out to be more three-dimensional, literally, since his previous two games were 8-bit or less. Gameplay was also changed, including more modes and playstyles, such as rail shooter elements. Pit's Uprising should give hope to many forgotten characters, proving that even a long-dormant character can not only make a comeback, but do it in style too.
Yeah! Victory is mine!
Number 8. Rayman. Rayman Origins and Rayman Legends. Rayman, the titular protagonist with floating appendages, was similarly suspended in gaming limbo for almost a decade without any real games. However, Rayman rebounded with a vengeance with the release of Rayman Origins. Although it was not especially successful financially, it managed to get a sequel in Rayman Legends. Both games not only brought back Rayman to the public eye, but the unique, fast-paced, and crazy off-the-wall platforming helped take him and his series from cult favorites to discussions about being the all-time greatest in the genre. Number 7. Samus Aran. Metroid: Samus Returns. The perennial heroine of the Metroid series has had a few comebacks over the years, but her latest is perhaps her most welcome. After a previous comeback, Other M fell dead on arrival, Samus returned in Metroid Samus Returns, a much anticipated remake and expansion of the Game Boy game Metroid 2: Return of Samus. Unlike Other M, Samus Returns stripped back the storyline and character back to its roots. It did so while also upgrading the story, graphics, and gameplay of the 1991 game, mixing her past and her present to craft a better future for the character and franchise. Number 6. Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong Country. A king among Kongs, video game or otherwise, DK has made several comebacks over the years, including a notable return to form in 2010. Ultimately, however, our pick has to go to his original comeback in Donkey Kong Country. After previously being best known for the 80s arcade games that shares his name, in which he served as antagonist to Mario, Donkey Kong swung back onto the scene in a great platformer that featured innovative graphics for the time and incredibly solid gameplay. This Kong straightened out his tie and became a hero in his own right. Number 5. Doomguy. Doom. Lacking a proper name doesn't hold this man back. The faceless, nameless protagonist of most of the Doom franchise, Doomguy has been absent from gaming for a dozen years, which only served to make his return that much more triumphant. Although Doomguy doesn't have much of a defined character of his own, he's kind of emblematic of the games he appears in. Both are action-oriented, hyper-violent, and a lot of fun. The new Doom took things to a whole other level, and we'd like to thank Doomguy for bringing us along for the first-person ride. Number 4. Crash Bandicoot. Crash Bandicoot and Sane Trilogy. The eponymous marsupial of this classic PlayStation franchise was a big presence in gaming during the 1990s and early 2000s. Then, the typically loud and colorful character went strangely quiet. Thankfully, a recent HD remake of the first 3 games in the series brought new life to Crash in 2017, which he could use given all the ways he can die. Crash and his games are brimming with the same personality and charm that won you over in the first place, but boasting a fresh coat of paint for a new era. Crash's comeback was so successful that his former contemporaries, like Spyro the Dragon, are taking cues from him. Number 3. Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic Mania. Speaking of animal video game mascots, the poster child for the concept has had a roller coaster of a career. Sonic has reinvented himself half a dozen times over the years, and fans and professional reviewers alike have often been critical of the results.
Okay, with your help, this should be a piece of cake.
I'll do my best.
Despite the odds, the comeback from the spiky blue blur has received praise from both groups, thanks in part due to the fans being the developers. Brought back to basics, Sonic Mania emulates and recreates the style and gameplay of the original trilogy, while also adding new mechanics, making for a comeback that satisfied pretty much everyone. Number 2. Kratos God of War.
The blue one is your brother.
Yes. The titular angry god of the series, Kratos has had his share of tragedies, and many felt that his and the series' 5-year absence was one of them. However, it was worth the wait, as both returned better than ever.
Indeed.
Kratos' more badass look and voice, new home and relationships, as well as excellent characterization, all add fantastic depth to great gameplay, which keeps the God of War series' usual spectacle but also offers a more personal touch. Boy, we sure can't wait to see more.
That's what you get!
Boy.
Number 1. Lara Croft, Tomb Raider. The star of this treasure-hunting action-adventure franchise, Lara Croft is one of video games' most iconic female protagonists. Unfortunately, it hasn't always been for the right reasons, with the divisiveness of her games and how sexualized she is being frequent criticisms.
And left and right. Right. Now I'd better take off these wet clothes.
With that being said, this prequel/reboot took a character that some considered a joke and made her much more relatable, both in her appearance, which doesn't objectify her, and through the excellent gameplay, which now includes survival elements, making for a more challenging experience starring a fully fleshed out heroine.
Roth trusts you. You got this. Now let's take a break, okay? Okay.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.